Thank you for coming. Sorry for the delay. The executive is running door to door this fine, good weather Saturday finally. So he's running a few minutes late, and he'll be here momentarily. But we're going to get the program underway. We understand that everyone is anxious to get into the library and check it out. So bear with us. My name is Greg Ossen. I'm the Deputy Director of the Department of General Services, and I have the privilege and honor of introducing a number of folks this afternoon, and we're most importantly here to reopen the Maggie Nightingale Library. Yes. Long time coming. As I mentioned, Mr. Elrich will be here momentarily, but and I presume Andrew Friedson as well.
Same event.
Same event, yes, so the same event. But we do have a number of District 15 representatives here from the state, starting with Senator Brian Feldman. State delegates David Frazier Hidalgo, Lily Chi, and Linda Foley. Also joining me here is Libraries Director Anita Vassallo, Greg, our Up County Regional Services Director Greg Wims, and I know they're out in the crowd, but we have the entire Town of Poolesville Commission here, I believe. We've got Jim Brown, Ed Reed, Carrie Cook, Jeff Eck, and Martin Radigan. And then we also have some very special guests, and I believe they're here, and hopefully just wave your hands if you hear your name. But we have some family members of Maggie Nightingale. Her daughter, Kay Keller. Not here? What's that? She had knee surgery yesterday. Okay. But I'm guessing we might have some granddaughters, Hyatt Keller and Gillian Jablonski. Fantastic. So, before we get into the remarks from our honorees here, I wanted to introduce some of the project team, starting with our architects. It's a local small business based out of Silver Spring. They've been doing a lot of work for the county over the years. This is not their first library refresh, won't be their last. But that's NOA Architects, Yavuz Nure, back here in the corner. And also our construction contractor was Kane Construction, again, based in Gaithersburg, Maryland, local small business. And I don't know if Doug Burgess and Christian Stahl were the two project leads for Kane. I also want to thank our landlord. This is one of our facilities that we don't actually own. We're in lease space here in Poolesville, and I want to thank our landlord, Nicholas Papadopoulos. And last but not least, I want to recognize the Department of General Services team that put all this project together. And I want to give them a personal thanks. What you may not know is that our project teams work on several projects at the same time. So the team that did this library refresh was also converting an office building in Rockville to an emergency men's homeless shelter. And they did that in record time, and they did this, at night or in between. So the project lead on this was Miriam Heltemus. The construction representative was Ramon Kamaya, Rasa Davidpour, and of course Hamid Omadvar, who is our division chief. And of course we all report to David Dice, our director, who was unable to be here today, but we just wanted to recognize them as well. Again, before the speakers, this is $1 million renovation of the library. As you can see, new flooring, new shelving, new service desk, paint, lounge seating, new entry doors, which is a vast improvement from the old ones. New bathrooms, much better bathrooms, LED lighting. It is now fully ADA accessible. What's interesting, the ceiling tiles, the carpet tiles, all from recycled material, zero VOC paint, and chemical-free millwork in and around the entry guests. So a lot of stuff that you can't see, but you will appreciate. And with that, I'm going to get to our first speaker, who promptly and succinctly, as I was making remarks, has joined us, your County Executive Marc Elrich.
So this is really exciting. The first thing I noticed is the carpet has some bounce into it, so you're not like walking on concrete. So this is a big step forward. I'm very excited about this work, and I really appreciate the work our team did to put this together so quickly. And these refreshes have been a lifesaver for the county, because in the old days we used to spend a ton of money tearing something down that we could have reused and then rebuilding it. Going to the refreshes, which I credit with Ike Leggett, who started this process, I think, in 2015, was a big deal, because many more libraries are going to get refurbished and then easier to keep up to date as we go forward. So this is a big improvement. I know this library has been named for Maggie Nightingale, and it was named on April 29th in 2017. And she was a dedicated community leader here in Poolesville, and a volunteer in many different aspects. And I know the community thought it was important to honor her, and that's why her name is on this building. This refresh is, as Greg said, included the floors, the shelving. It looks really nice in here. It's a big change. I was here before. This looks really like a library. It feels good. And the sustainability features we've put in here are really important. We do care about the environment, and this shows that you can actually be environmentally conscious and do a project on budget, and that it didn't put an undue burden on the county. And we've got to find and continue to do work that allows us to keep working in the space of environmental responsibility. The libraries are really crucial to kids learning. I was a school teacher. And one of the most exciting things we do with our kids, my school is close enough that you could walk to the library if you could cross Piney Branch Road. But we would walk over to the library, and the kids loved being in the library. They loved being able to take out books. Access to books is really important, and I think a lot of us take it for granted, but for some children, leaving a library with a couple of books is a big deal. They feel like it's important. They took care of those books. They brought them back, and it was just a wonderful experience for the kids in the community. And that's one of the great things that this library, I think, is going to do in serving your community. So I just want to say I'm really glad to be here. It's exciting to see this. I had no idea it was going to come out like this. This is really nice. So thank you all very much. I wish David Dice were here, but he's done a remarkable job of managing projects in the county. We've been really grateful to him for being able to put together projects like this, stay on top of them, and get them delivered. And I want to also thank the Director of Libraries, Director Anita Vassallo, who's also here, and I will assume is probably speaking after me. I am. She is speaking after me. So I will facilitate her speaking by saying thank you again for coming out this morning, and I will return over there.
Before we hear from Anita, we're going to hear from the District 15 delegation and Senator Feldman, please.
Okay. Well, thank you. And as the county executive said, it looks great. I do have to give one shout out. My friend Norai, who was introduced, is a dear friend of mine for over 20 years. So it's fantastic that she's the one that designed this fantastic design, I guess. I would just give her another round of applause. And her husband, part of the architecture team. And what a great day for Poolesville between the Spring Fest here. We've got Congressman Trone coming out later this afternoon delivering millions of dollars of federal money to Poolesville. Yes, and finally, not to be outdone by the county executive, I'm going to ask Delegate Chi. We've got, again, I'm here with Delegate Linda Foley, Delegate David Frazier-Hidalgo, and Delegate Lily Chi. And we have a state proclamation just to memorialize this. And so if Delegate Chi and delegates can present that to, I don't know, can be you, Anita. I think, why don't you come up here? Yeah, go on. Why don't you,
Did you all
Lily,
want to speak? Say a few words?
It's going to take forever if we all speak.
Yeah, we don't all. It's election year. You don't need to hear all us politicians.
It's just an exciting day to be here.
Yes.
Sit enough for the team.
Have the honor of holding it.
Right. So on behalf of the state of Maryland and the Maryland General Assembly and Governor Hogan, we want to congratulate the town of Poolesville for this great day.
Thank you, County. All right, we'll just put it here.
Thank you very much. It's lovely, and we'll have it posted up here in the library. So I think Councilmember Friedson must be running a little bit late, so we will move on. I am Anita Vasallo. I have the very great honor to be the director of Montgomery County Public Libraries, and I know that everyone here, as we are, is just very pleased that we finally gotten to the day to reopen the library. I'm really excited, as the county executive is, with the look of the library, the enhancements that we put in, the green aspects, particularly the recycled carpet, recycled ceiling tiles. That's just great. I know you all are anxious to take a look at what we have in the building, browse the shelves, check out the books. I want to take a few minutes to thank the library staff and others who made this happen. First of all, thanks so much to the Maggie Nightingale library staff. I know you all are excited to see them. We have a few new staff members joining us next week, but they have worked so hard during this entire process, from closing the library to getting it back together again to deliver to you today. So I'd like to give them a little round of applause. Where were they? They're hiding in the back. Also, a huge thank you to Elizabeth Lang, who is our Assistant Facilities and ADA Program Manager, took the day-to-day lead for libraries on this project, working with the staff from DGS, contractors, and vendors. So thank you, Elizabeth. She's over there in the corner. Also to one of the key personnel in the library department, Angelisa Hawes, who is the Assistant Director for Facilities and ADA. She has the huge responsibility to oversee all aspects of MCPL's construction and refresh projects. She is hiding somewhere back there. Where is she? There she is. Thank you so much, Angelisa. As the county executive mentioned, this is the 12th library that's been refreshed. The 12 refreshes have been completed in a little over 7 years. So thank you so much to the Department of General Services, to David, who is not here today, David Dice, his Division of Building Design and Construction, Greg, Hamid Al-Navar, who's also not here, but they do a great job for libraries. We love partnering with them on our building refreshes. And as David would say if he was here, I am his tenant. He is my landlord, and so we work together in that way. I also want to thank Essence Studio, who was here for some entertainment prior to the speechifying. And thank you to the Friends of the Library, Montgomery County. They've provided some refreshments for us and bookmarks, so be sure to pick those up. Last but not least, thank you to the community of Poolesville and your support of the library. Everything that we do here is for the community. That is our focus, and we're so happy to be able to bring the building back to you. And then I wondered if Maggie Nightingale's family would like to say a few words. You are certainly welcome to if you would wish to before we do our ribbon cutting. Thank you.
Sure, no, thank you.
Nothing like a surprise, yeah.
Do this every day.
Great.
So, I know, sorry. So it's such an important thing to our family, especially our grandfather just passed in November. So it really meant so much to him to have this library and to have her name on the library. And growing up, we were just talking about, we used to have sleepovers here. And we remember coming here, and it's just so special. And it's something that I love sharing with my students. Like, hey, my grandma has a library named after her. So it's truly an honor, and I strive to be more like her because she was truly amazing and truly wonderful. So we're glad to be here. We're glad to represent, and couldn't be more honored to be a part of the Maggie Nightingale Library. So.
Great. Well, thank you, and couldn't think of a better way to close the ceremony. Thank you very much to the family for being here and celebrating with us. A couple administrative things. We're going to grab some golden scissors behind me and cut this ribbon with the District 15 delegation, the county executive, and Anita. And then afterwards, as Anita mentioned, we have some refreshments in the back community room. And that community room has been refreshed as well. And so if, for community meetings and other neighborhood events, you just schedule that through our community use of public facilities team, and so we hope that it gets a lot of use because it's much nicer than it used to be. So with that, I'm going to ask all of our honorees to step behind the ribbon here.
3, 2, 1, cut.